Hey guys, what's up? Darcy here at 6 Strings 9 Lives, back for a CD vinyl update. So summer's winding down, fall is in the air, and generally what that means is some new releases. So far September, October, and I see a couple coming in November already. So always a good time of year for new metal and hard rock releases. I got a couple here that I'll go over here with you today. My usual update. A little quicker this time actually too. It's just a little over a month, but I knew that would happen. I had a few things on the way, and probably the next update will be not very long either, because I got more things coming, including hopefully today the new Flotsam and Jetsam. I Am the Weapon will arrive on my front doorstep. Really looking forward to that. 4 tracks released from that album already, which is, you know what, half the album. And I've heard them. I have no patience for waiting, but what I will do is have a full review on that album for you here shortly, sooner than later on that one for sure. Also finally working on an Iced Earth ranking. I've been asked several times in the comment section, when are you going to do an Iced Earth ranking? Definitely that will be the next ranking video. But let's get rolling. I got, like I said, 9 or 10 things here. We're going to start off with a reissue from my favorite thrash band, which is Overkill. Been really looking forward to getting this one on vinyl. And as far as I know, the only thing that's ever been released on vinyl is a picture disc version of this. So this is very well done. This is Immortalis from 2007. So this is their 14th studio album, full length, but so that's a play on words if you didn't know. Immortal 15. So actually 15th release, because they count their EP as a release. That's where you get the Immortal 15 or just Immortalis. Travis Smith artwork. So this one was licensed from Nuclear Blast through Church of Vinyl. This one happens to be my first Church of Vinyl reissue period, and fantastic job. Just totally impressed. 199 out of 500 of the green is the one I got, so I'll show you that vinyl in a second. And this one has a pop-up cover, which, to be honest with you, I can do without the pop-up cover, but I mean, it's there. Whatever, not the end of the world. What do we have? Oh yes, we do have 2. I better pull those out too. I don't want to forget to, or just one inner sleeve, which I'll show you. So yeah, this one just came out, I think, a couple of weeks ago. What else? Overkill, there's just a couple more that need vinyl reissues, or actually, I don't even know if The Killing Kind was ever reissued or issued on vinyl, period. So if Nuclear Blast isn't going to release these, I'm glad they're letting the license out to companies like Church of Vinyl. Here's the inner sleeve. Very cool Travis Smith art again. Here's the band at the time. And yeah, these guys have been all together except Ron Lipnicki hasn't been the drummer for quite a few years. And now we got another drummer change. I forget the new guy's name, but Jason Bittner's gone. He lasted for, about 4 or 5 years. 2 albums Jason did, but good luck to Jason. Great, fantastic drummer. And this one, so the Church of Vinyl actually come with bags that have the sticker right on them, kind of like music on vinyl type of thing. I don't know if I'll leave that on there or cut it out. I don't know yet. No, or just a paper sleeve on this one. Green vinyl goes with the Overkill brand for sure. Green or black all the way. Overkill wrecking necks for 40 years now, or whatever, right around 40 years. So yeah, good to have that one in the collection. And if I didn't already mention, a couple of new releases here for 2024. Now, this first band is a band that I've been working on spending more time with, because I always felt the vocals were a little bit weak compared to the music. But, I got thinking, well, this new album got me thinking, you know what? What the hell's wrong with this? Nothing. It's metal. Labeled sometimes as power metal, but to me it's just traditional metal. If you're a fan of Halloween, Blind Guardian, Primal Fear, you probably are a fan of Hammerfall. And this is their brand new album called Avenge the Fallen. Just released, a couple of weeks ago. Now, I do have about their past 4 or 5 albums, but this one just really clicked. It's a solid album. And I've read interviews or watched interviews. These guys try to write albums, not hit songs, just full on good albums. This lineup right here has been together, except for one drummer change. For this lineup's been together for like 7 albums in a row. This is their return to Nuclear Blast Records after spending their past 3 albums with Napalm. And their first 9 albums were with Nuclear Blast, so a return home for them. But yeah, some great tracks on here. I think the first track they released was the End Justifies the Means. Great track. But my favorite track on here is, where is it? Capture the Dream. Just fantastic. And yeah, there's some corny lyrics, things like that, some raise your fist metal, and that's what they do. And Hammerfall does not stray off from their formula much. There's some twists and turns, just like a band like Overkill. They don't stray off much either. Honestly, they do enough to keep me interested, and I'm kind of happy that I'm finally there with Hammerfall, and I'm going to dig deeper. Lots of recommendations of at least their first 2 albums are must-have metal, as far as people are telling me, so I'm going to get digging. But there is the new one, Avenge the Fallen. And the next new release that I just got in, it just came out last Friday, The Dead Daisies, Light 'Em Up. I gotta say right off the bat, this cover, the colors are fantastic, but this cover is actually very poor in my humble opinion. It's kind of like just a CGI skull. I love the blue and the red, the explosion through the skull. That's cool. But the font, even of the band, man, they could have just put a little more effort. But, I know you don't play the cover, so whatever. There's the back cover, SPV Steamhammer. So this one, what's the big deal with this one? This is the return of John Corabi on vocals, which, I missed the last 2 albums with Glenn Hughes. Not that I'm not a fan, I just more of a fan of John's voice. So good to have him back in the band. So this is the first to feature him since 2018's Burn It Down, which is a fantastic album. This one, so far, my initial reaction, it's half awesome. The rest, I don't know. There's a couple filler tracks in here. One of the filler tracks I would say is Back to Zero. It's not great. Take a Long Line. Lots of AC/DC vibes. This is just hard rock, fun hard rock. Take it for what it is. But the first single, which is the title track, was released way back in May, called Light 'Em Up. That one, initially, I thought, it's good. And then the second track, which is called I'm Gonna Ride, I love it. It's a straight ahead rocker. And then third track they released was I Want to Be Your Bitch, which is, big time AC/DC vibes. But John sounds as good as ever. He has not lost anything on his vocals. A couple standout tracks too would be track 2, Times Are Changing. I wouldn't be surprised if that was a single. And the last track called Take My Soul. So there is the new one from the Dead Daisies. Let me just quickly show you what's included with this package. SPV Steamhammer always does a great job and throws a few little extras. So there's a large poster of the album artwork, and then on the other side is this, which actually I like this too. This is more of what they did on their other album covers, skulls with flowers, things like that. And then the booklet is a little disappointing. There's only lyrics for 4 songs, I think. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's it. They only do the first 4 songs lyric-wise. Not much in here, actually. But there's the back cover. So there's 2 new releases and one more new release that's been out for a little bit already. And a newer band to me, this one, thanks to friends here on YouTube and couple friends that are doing reviews on it or saying you got to check out this band, and they're persistent, and this one stuck with me. I'll tell you, it made the collection, put it that way. This is the brand new album, third album from Crip Surman, called The Stygian Rose. Kind of they say a doomish, doom metal. The doomy vibes, this to me is just traditional metal with some doomy vibes. I don't know about their very first album. Their second album I did pick up also. I will show you that one too. That one was quite high up on people's lists back in 2019. So 5 years since their last album. This is on Dark Descent Records. What a great job too. There's the band. I don't know if I already said it. These guys are out of Philadelphia in the States. And this one includes quite a bit of stuff actually. So no lyrics on the gatefold. But what they did, they included this little booklet with everything. It's just, that is well thought out. It's like a full story. So I'm pretty sure this is a full-on concept album. But they built a little book with all the tracks, these little symbols, and it just goes, yeah, right through every track. Track-wise, oh, there's some, and it's only 6 tracks, but there's some longer stuff on here. If you only check out one track on here, check out my favorite called Scrying Orb, or what else? Thunder, Perfect Mind. That's another great track too. And what else did we get here? I think we got a big poster of, a big poster of the album cover, which there's another first for me. This is my first Dark Descent vinyl pickup. I don't even know if they do CDs. I imagine they do CDs also, and then just came in a black or a anti-static sleeve, black vinyl. So here is the center ring on this side and the center ring on this side. So yeah, definitely check out some Crip Surman. This is, I guarantee you this will be, man, it could be top 5 for sure for 2024 so far, but we still got some more new releases coming out. And like I said, I picked up their second album. This one is called The Ruins of Fading Light. So this one came out in 2019, also on Dark Descent Records. There's the back cover, and only one lineup change, I think, or was it 2 lineup changes? They added a full-time keyboard player to the new album, and I think the one guy, Frank here, he went from, he was playing bass on this one to playing guitar on the new one. So new bass player and a new keyboard player. This one's also good. I don't know it as well as the Stygian Rose, so I will spend more time with this. But let me know, are you a fan of Crip Surman, and do you own their first album? Is that worth tracking down? All right, let's continue with some couple of reissues here that I was really looking forward to. This one is, I just wrote this part down. So a band that I enjoy, they do not have a big discography, but this is one I kind of missed the boat back in the day. I knew of it, but this is a brand new reissue of Sacred Reich, Heal. This one is a European only. There is one available in North America too, but it has the logo. That's the big change on here. They actually put their regular logo on here. Just the plain Sacred Reich on that other one, it drove me nuts actually. I think this is a big improvement to have this logo on here. And this is a Metal Blade reissue. So this one came out in, what year did this one come out? 96. So the only one I'm missing on vinyl now is Independent from 1993. You know, I'm a big fan of especially The American Way and Ignorance and Surf Nicaragua. But this one also came with a download card. So if anybody would like that, I'm going to flip this around. And you guys can pause that and grab that download code. What else did we get with this? And you know what, this album is better than it's made out to be. You know, obviously it's mid 90s. Things are changing. 1996. You got some groove style in there, but Where is it? This one came out on, here's the hype sticker. Transparent steel blue marble, 117 out of 300. Includes bonus track previously only released in Japan. So this says first official reissue remastered for vinyl. So let me show you what this steel blue looks like. Metal blade, great job too. So this is on camera, it definitely looks a little more transparent than it does without the light, but there's the logo, the center ring on there. Nice anti-static sleeve, metal blade, always do a good job. One of my favorite labels for sure. And there is the lyrics on one side, and the this logo on here, which is true to the original as far as I know. On to two more. Let's go. Let's jump this one in. Now this is one of my favorite bands for sure, Sabotage. This is the 14th and final reissue through Ear Music. This is Sabotage Live, Japan Live 1994. So Ear Music, or Edel, it's a German I believe German label, went through and reissued everything from the Sabotage catalog, and they did a top-notch job. This one is Zach Stevens on vocals. Actually, this is a live show. Alex Skolnick's on guitar, and it's awesome. They did a few songs, and John is there. He doesn't do any singing, just some backing vocals, but this is on the Handful of Rain tour. Here is the gatefold. There is your lineup at the time. Like I said, long-time Sabotage fan. There is rumblings of a new album. Tentative title is called Curtain Call. So hopefully that we will see that by the end of the year. This one, anti-static sleeve. This one, I love this, just plain red inner sleeve. Center ring, very cool. 180 gram. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is 180. But I have picked up all those Sabotage reissues. Like I said, I'm a big fan. Is there anything else? Yes, there is. There's one insert in here. So this just goes through, like they've done with all these reissues. They go through the whole story, what's going on at the time. So this one, the live one, and the Ghosts in the Ruins one, which is fantastic. That's the tribute to Chris. And we'll set that one aside. And then we got two more from Metal Blade, which just a second, I just dropped this, which I want to give to somebody. Two more from Metal Blade. Again, if you've watched me for more than 15 videos, you'll know that I am a huge fan of Armored Saint. And kind of like Sacred Reich, not a big, massive catalog. I think there's only, what is there, eight or nine? 7 or 8 Armored Saint albums, but 2 reissues that just came out on Metal Blade. And this first one, this is a double, oh yeah, that's a double vinyl. First one is Revelation. So this one originally came out in the year 2000. So John had already been with Anthrax for 2 albums, and then went back, not like still in Anthrax at the time. So this is the album that happened in between Stomp 442 and We've Come For Y'all, which I think came out in 2004. So this came out in 2000. So this is a reunion album of Armored Saint, and this is a killer album. Top to bottom, so this would be their 5th studio album. There's a shot of the band. Oh, like I said, a huge fan of Armored Saint and John Bush's vocals. But tracks to check out here, if you don't check out anything else but this one track, check out The Pillar. But there's lots of other great songs on here. Creepy Feelings, another one of my favorites, and Deep track favorite on here is called Deep Rooted Anger. So great job by Metal Blades. So they provided one of these. There's a code, so somebody can grab that too. We'll hold that up and you can pause it and grab it. This one came on a double vinyl, so we'll just show you one. What is the Velvet Violet Marble? So there is black. So these two that I picked up were the only ones available in North America Metal Blade site. If you want a black vinyl of this, it is available, I think, through places like High Roller. So European went with the black and North America went with these two options. So here's that velvet, what do we call that? Velvet Violet Marble. So this is limited at 500 copies, but definitely happy to get anything Armored Saint on vinyl in my collection. Double vinyl. And the second one is, so this would be, what was that fifth? This is their sixth studio album. So big gap. So you go from 2000 with Revelation all the way to 2010. That's one thing. Armored Saint are slow, and they're now kind of on a 5-year cycle now, because their last album, Punching the Sky, came out in 2000, and their new one will not come out till 2025. But here's La Raza from 2010. So this would be, I guess, technically another reunion, but at this time, this is when they're full on back, and still, now they're back touring, or they're opening for Wasp again, so that's pretty cool. Very plainish cover, but not a bad album. This is one of the lower ones. I've done a ranking on Armored Saint, and this is one of my lower ones, but you only have 7 or 8 albums to choose. I think 7. Anyways, they don't really have a bad album, but this probably would be the weakest in the bunch for me. That or Win Hands Down, but still some great songs on here. For sure, check out the track Loose Cannon, and my favorite track, which was the first single, called Left Hook from Right Field. What else? Get Off the Fence, that's another great track too. Or the title track, La Raza, a little on the heavier side. And another download code. If you have never checked out this album, feel free to grab this one too. There's the download code for that one. And this one came on it says everything's limited. Yeah, they want to make you just think everything is limited. You better buy it now. Reissue, remastered for vinyl, limited to 500 copies worldwide. And this one is on smoke vinyl, which is basically pretty much clear. So it's clear vinyl with black smoke fleck, whatever you want to talk or say. There's the center rings, but great job by Metal Blade. They always do, in my opinion anyways. I haven't had a bad experience with a Metal Blade reissue. Always top notch. And here's the lyric sheet for that one, and this is just a single insert. It's there you go. So 2010's La Raza. And to wrap this one up, this is the seven of 9 reissues so far of the Saxon. 2 more to go. And here is Lionheart. This is out on Music on Vinyl. Great job. These covers are superb. They've really toned down on the glossiness. This is more true to the original. This is Saxon's 16th studio album, 2004, and one of my personal favorites of the 2000s. Heavy, one of their heaviest albums for sure. And here is the bag for that. So I think there's just 2 to go. The Inner Sanctum and Into the Labyrinth, and then all 9 of that 2001 to 2009 period, I'd say. Or was it might be 2009 or 10. So yeah, 2 more to go. I have those ones on pre-order, but let's show you what's in here. And Music on Vinyl, again, if they always do a great job. They provide an album cover, which basically you could frame this, so there's one in every one of those. a print of the album cover, a great inner of all the lyrics and credits. And this vinyl is what limited, yeah, limited again, of course. Gold colored vinyl, which music on vinyl seem, for, especially with these Saxon, they definitely do a lot of gold, red, silver. And then generally what they would do is after the initial colored run, they would do a run of black, which on the bag would have kind of just a black logo. But that is it. Big update, I guess. Or, well, at least I got to go through all these and show you. But yeah, let me know, did you pick up a couple of new releases like the Dead Daisies? What do you think of that album? And Hammerfall, I'm gonna put that on after this album. A little bit of Canadian love here for Exciter, but I'm gonna put on the new Hammerfall and give that another listen to after, and then hopefully I can walk out and check my doorstep, see if that Flots album is here and get that review up for you guys. But hope you enjoyed that one. Until next time, stay heavy.